Aiden, you think you could grab that corner for us? Thank you, sir. All right, I got everyone checked. Let's give them about another lap and I'll get that loop live. Final 10-second countdown and the loop
7,
will go live.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Loop is live. Caution on that elevation. All clear. Caution on the elevation. Oh, Ben's hitting the triple. I don't think he's had any time to practice on this track. Not much anyway. Looking good. Getting to that minute and a half. Paul is up about 4 seconds. Ben's been battling through traffic, but he's almost there. Ben's now got the clear track. He's also got Paul on his tail now. Ben going for the triple. Hitting it smooth every time so far. Caution on the elevation. Two down, 3 to go. I got Paul up by 9. Ben sitting on the 2. Dan Perry on the 3. Jeff right on his tail. Jeff, you got 1 and 2 coming up on you. Caution on the elevation again. Oh no. That elevation might be short-lived. I think we're getting rid of it here in this next track go around. Three down, 2 to go. Paul built up a pretty good lead in the first couple minutes, so he's up about 9 seconds currently. Ben on the 2. Dan Perry still on the 3. Jeff about a second and a half back from there. Braxton's trying to figure this track out. Oh, Paul's forced to do the triple with Ben on his tail. They're coming up on Braxton next. He yields to them. Thank you, sir.
One minute left.
Caution elevation. 30 seconds left on the clock. First and second looking pretty comfortable. Paul and Ben. Dan Perry's holding down that 3. Jeff is only a second and a half behind him. Although Dan Perry's on his lid currently, that could help Jeff out.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done. Braxton Yates done. Ben Adol done.
Paul Thacker
Paul Thacker
starting
done.
off strong at 22 laps. That's going to be a tough one to beat.
All drivers are finished.
Ben
Jeff
for the
Adol
2.
done.
Jeff did sneak in to grab that 3.
The race is completed.
The smallest sportsman class I've seen in some time. Glad we got Ron and Aiden. Give Gabe some competition.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Guess I'll have to pay attention to figure out what corner positions we can do without, since we will have light
Aiden
corner
Lyons.
marshals. Let Dan get to his spot here, and then we'll let him eat. Track is open.
Gabe Neeson. Lions.
All checked in. 18 seconds on that time clock.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Our leaders run out of power. That's going to move it around. Looks like Gabe will still be on top. Or Gabe will now be on top. Next up is 17.5 Expert. 17.5 Expert to the line next. Halfway through the race, I've got Gabe up by a couple of laps in that orange car. He's got plenty of open track to do some damage on the other heat. About a minute 30 left on that time clock. Two-wheel drive expert, you guys are up next.
One minute left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gabe Neeson done. All drivers are finished. Lions done.
All right, Gabe throws down a 23, lap 5:04. We'll see if it's enough to move him on up through the ranks from heat number 7 with the rest of the sportsmen. We do need some volunteer quarter marshals. We just had a few drivers in that last race, so I'll need those 3 out plus some volunteers. Thank you, John.
The race is completed.
Off the Walls RC is looking to hire. We're trying to hire somebody who's capable of running the building on their own. So if you know a person through your work or family, send them my way. I'm way too apprehensive to put on a Facebook post and get a pile of applications. But if you guys know somebody who wants to work here, I'd like to talk to them. Thank you, volunteer quarter marshals. Track is open.
Paul Thacker. Jeff Adol. Ben Adolf.
Paul Thacker's quick to try out
2
that
minutes to the
triple. It
start of
sure
the
looks
race.
smooth that first go around.
Braxoon Yates. Dan Peary.
Everybody is checked. 20 seconds on that time clock.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Caution elevation. He's way out back. Ooh, Paul sneaks around him. I'll grab that lap for you, Dan. Amidst all the chaos, Braxton ends up on top. Paul 1 second behind him. Three down, 2 to go. Paul finds his way to the front with a 7-second lead. Braxton doing an awesome job holding down that number 2. Ben's got some catching up to do in that 3 spot. Jeff and Dan battling it out 4 and 5. Couple of mistakes by Paul. Braxton's getting close to him. It was within a few seconds that last lap.
1 minute left.
"40 seconds on that clock. Paul's found himself a gap at about 7 seconds now. Braxton still looking safe in that number 2. Ben in the 3. Jeff about 5 seconds back from there. And Dan Perry couldn't be any closer to Jeff.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Adolph done. Ben Adolph done. Paul Thacker done. Braxton Yates done. All drivers are finished. Dan Perry done.
That was a rough one. Sorry, guys. Paul Thacker will take it by
The
a
race is
healthy
completed.
margin. All right, so a quick little learning experience. Let's make sure it says all drivers are finished before the quarter marshals exit the track. Dan Perry's called out the mini class. Jeff and Ben have answered. I think that's enough quarter marshals, at least to get us go. Do I have somebody underneath me or on this end of the track? Negative. All right. Let's just throw. Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
Jeff Adolph. Ben Adolph.
Yeah, you guys can run if you want.
Dan Perry.
Dan's got a fresh new team associated reflex. Started selling those as one of our primary ready to run cars now. 4-wheel drive, quite a bit lighter than a Grom. Good little mini car. "15 seconds on the time clock.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Adolph. Dan Perry. Ben Adolph.
Dan Perry's out for blood to try to get some team associated credibility back on this track. He's finding it in the mini class. Ooh, little traction roll. Ben going for the triple. Oh, it did him in. That was a lot of air for a little car. If anybody ever wanted to race and practice for free, definitely could show you how to run these races. Tag team the computer a little bit. But options always open to learn the computer if you wanted to come up here. Three down, two to go. Dan Perry on top. Looks like Jeff's about one lap behind him together on the track. Jeff on the two, limping through emotion. Oh, he's throwing in the towel. Dan Perry's going to walk away with this one.
1 minute
A good
left.
first showing for the Reflex.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dan Perry will walk away with this one. Looking at those lap times, though, Adolph's keeping
Ben
it
Adolph
fairly
done.
close. Dan at a 12-1 fast lap. Ben at a 12-4.
All drivers are finished.
Jeff at a 12-9.
Dan Perry done. The race is completed.
We had 3 drivers in that last race, so we've only got the 3 corner marshals. Definitely could use a volunteer. Got to make sure we have a good, clean race for Tyler making his debut. Yeah, buddy. We got team associated versus team associated versus team associated versus nothing else is available. I know, it's sad.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Thank you so much, Braxton. I'd still love to see one more quarter marshal. We got a pretty full track out here. Oh, Christian, he's a good man, always hopping up to the task. Track is open.
John Blocker. Nicole Bruner. Tyler Ridgway. Ken Perry.
All right, Castleberry's on track. Everyone's moving under their own power. We'll let him get checked in at least a lap.
Ben Castleberry.
All right, about 15 seconds till that loop goes live.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At the minute and a half mark, 3.5 to go. John Blocker finding his way to the front and stretching it out with a 5-second lead. Ben on the 2, Tyler a quarter second behind him. Ken just a couple seconds back from there. Top 3 separated by 1.5 seconds total. That's John, Ben, and Tyler. They are very close. Tyler's first time in the short course. He's giving them a run for their money. Ben and John switching positions each lap. Ben moving to that top spot. We're at the halfway mark. One minute, 40 seconds left. I've got about 5 seconds between each driver out there from top to bottom. Ben, John, Tyler, Ken, and Nicole. Senior, are you taking it easy tonight? Just doing one class, getting serious? Oh no, we can get you on there. Oh, okay, you are racing. Good deal.
1 minute left.
.30 seconds left on that clock. Castleberry's found 10 seconds ahead of the pack. John holding down that 2. Tyler holding down the 3. Nicole in the 5's getting real close to taking away the 4 from Ken Perry.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tyler Ridgway done.
The only truck to go into the 11s, Ken Perry with an 11.9 fast lap. That's about 4/10 quicker than any other.
Nicole Bruner done. John Blocker done. All drivers are finished.
All drivers finished. Castleberry take the big W for that one. John on the 2, Tyler on the 3. Nicole does sneak in to steal that 4.
The race is completed. 2 minutes to the start of the race.
All right, I think we've got enough quarter marshals to get it done. Just know there's nobody in number 3, so if I holler, somebody's going to have to run to the drop off the elevation. Hopkins in the house. All right, track is open.
Jeff Adolph. Ben Adolph. Lions. Carl Blocker Sr. Dan Peary.
Okay, I got them all checked. 20 seconds on that clock.
"15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At the minute and a half mark, I got Dan and Jeff 1 and 2 with 1 second in between them. Senior holding down the 3. Ben's got a little bit of work to do from the 4. Even with the rough lap, I got Dan Perry on that top spot. He stretched it out to about a 4.5 second lead. Jeff still holding down the 2. Now it's Ben, only 2 seconds back from Jeff. Ben is on the charge. He's moved his way to the number 2 spot. And Ben just charged to the number 1. Dan Perry only 0.9 seconds behind him. He's going to have to get that gap a little bigger and stretch it away from Ben by at least 1 second. Oh no, Ben takes a couple runs at the corner. That puts Dan right on top of him again. Got a good battle on the track and on the clock for the 1 and 2. Ben and Dan, bumper to bumper, cruising through. This elevation is proving to be a problem.
1 minute left.
I'm open for comments after the races, but I think it's time that elevation and quarter pipe goes away. Ten seconds left on that clock, and Ben charged to the top and spread it out. It's now Jeff on the number 2,
5,
Dan to the 3.
4,
Carl
3,
holding down the 4.
1. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Lions done. Dan Perry done. Jeff Adolph done.
Ben is still running. Ben is still running. And actually, Dan should not have been battling him there. He was done. That's
All
a
drivers
race.
are finished. Ben Adolph done. The race is completed.
All right, we got Senior going back to back. I could change that Senior for the second round if it matters. That means you'd be running pretty quick, though, at number 2, unless I changed all of it. Gabe Neeson set the bar at a 23 lap 504. That's your time to beat the 23 lap 504. Grab at least one more quarter marshal out there in the middle. Jeff's coming. All right. All right, track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr. Ben Castleberry. Ken Perry. Christian Cook.
Everybody is checked. 15 seconds on the clock.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Close to that minute and a half mark. Looks like Senior on that top spot, going back to back. Might just be his new winning strategy. Get some of those cobwebs out of there. Oh, you got it. So it's Senior on that top spot, Christian on the 2, Castleberry on the 3. About 5 seconds between each driver out there. 3 minutes left on the clock. At the halfway mark, Senior's stretching that lead. Christian's on the 2 with Castleberry about 3 seconds behind him now. Currently got Senior up by 10 seconds. Castleberry moves to the 2, but puts it on his lid. We'll see where he's at this time around. Will it be Christian or Castleberry? Oh, now Christian's got to finish his lap. It is Christian in the 2. Castleberry's got to make up 2 seconds to catch him again.
One minute left.
"45 seconds on that clock. The battle on the track is between Ben and Christian, 2 and 3. 3 seconds between them. Ben sitting on that number 2 at the moment. Senior is checked out in that R1 buggy. Down to the last two laps. Ben and
4,
Christian, 2 and 3,
3,
still battling
2,
to the end.
1. Christian Cook done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Ken Perry done. All drivers are finished. Ben
Castleberry
Castleberry done.
does snag that number 2. So it's Senior for the 1, Castleberry for the 2, Christian on the 3. All right, we'll roll right back through. Senior, are you good going back to back? Leave it how it is probably, because otherwise you'd have to race like the next race. Yeah. Oh, are you good running back to back
race
for
is
qualifier
completed.
2? Oh yeah, we'll spread it out. All right, qualifier 2 up to the line. Looking for my 4-wheel drive buggy guys. Somebody on number 4 would be ideal. It's your guys' call. You want somebody after the elevation or on number 4? Leaves the, because Christian's gonna be staring at the elevation. What's up? Yeah, I think we'll be better on that one. All right, track open.
Jeff Adolph. Braxoon Yates. Dan Perry. Ben Adolph. Paul Thacker.
Hopkins, not to push you around. You could move that thing all the way over to this triangle if you wanted.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
And I'll count.
3, 2, 1.
Loop is live. Loop is live. At the minute and a half mark, Paul has worked his way into about a 4-second lead. Everybody else is battling. Couldn't be any closer. I've got Ben in the 2, Braxton a 1/4 second behind him, Jeff a 1/4 second behind him. Oh, and Dan just broke. Oh, man. At the halfway mark, Paul's found 10 seconds over the field. Braxton on the 2, but Jeff's a 1/2 second behind him. Ben's a 1/2 second behind him. Two minutes left on that clock. Fast lap out of Paul's a 13.5. Next quickest is Ben at a 14.1. Braxton at a 14.5. So Paul's making up nearly a second every lap. Oh, Ben puts down a heater at a 13.8 to Paul's 13.5.
1 minute left.
1 minute left. We got Paul, Braxton, then Jeff, then Ben. So Braxton on the 2, Jeff 2 seconds back from there, Ben 1 second back from there. It's going to be
5,
close to the end. Will
4,
it be Braxton or
3,
Ben for the number 2?
2,
Less than a
1.
second between them.
Paul Thacker done. Ben Adolph done. Braxton Yates done.
Braxton gets to claim that number 2 spot for this race. Good
All drivers
run.
are finished. Jeff Adolph done.
Paul, Braxton, Ben, and Jeff. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
The race is completed.
All right, two-wheel drive buggy sportsman, Aiden, Ron, and Gabe. Thank you, Braxton, for your hustle and getting out here. Appreciate it. All right, Aiden's got one chance to send himself up the TQ board. One last qualifier. Broke out on the last one.
Aiden Lyons.
Soon as we get some corner marshals, we'll get our track open. Thank you for the volunteer, Christian. Looking good. Track is open.
Lyons. Gabe Neeson.
All right, Aiden, you got the luxury of a little more track than everyone else got from that other heat. Put in a nice, consistent run, maybe even tone it down to 90%. I bet you could do some real damage on that leaderboard. Got everybody checked. Let's throw about 19 seconds on that time clock.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Aiden is on the clock. Everybody's on the clock. At the minute and a half mark, I got Gabe on that top spot, Ron on the 2, Aiden on the 3, about 5 seconds between each driver. I changed it up a little bit. I got Gabe on the 1, Ron about 2 seconds back, Aiden about 4 seconds from there. Fast lap out of Aiden at 11.6, Gabe 11.7, Ron 11.8. At the halfway mark, Aiden does move into the 2. That puts Ron about 1 second behind him. Gabe on that top spot, he stretched it out about 7 seconds. Gabe's actually on a killer run, sitting at the TQ board at a second position currently, and at the front of this race. 2 minutes left on the time clock. Oh, Gabe just moved to the top of the leaderboard on the TQ. That would move Senior down to the second spot. One minute left on that time clock. Gabe now put down 11-3. Aiden 11-6.
1 minute left.
Ron 11-8. Gabe stretched it out to a 9-second lead and is still sitting on top of that TQ board.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Aiden Lyons done. Gabe Neeson done.
All right, Gabe, what a run. 5 minutes on the top of that. And if you look on the right of the screen, he's
drivers
on the
are finished.
top of the TQ
Lyons
board.
done.
Aiden, a fabulous run as well. He's sitting third in qualifying. We'll have to see how it holds for heat number 7 when the rest of these sportsman guys get one more shot.
The race is completed.
All right, we're rocking some two-wheel drive expert. We've got a good full class. We only had 3 drivers in that last race. Volunteers will be appreciated. Any volunteer quarter marshals, if you can make it out. Thank you, Nicole. Always appreciate you. All right, Castleberry helping us out. Man, that'd be horrible if we had to dock Gabe a lap when he's sitting on that TQ. Oh, that'd be rough. Thank you, sir. All right, track is open.
Paul Thacker. Braxoon Yates. Jeff Adolph. Dan Perry.
Drivers do note. Oh, Tyler's going to help us. Are you helping us out for 3? All right. Thank you, sir. Cool. All right. Ben's in one piece, making his way out.
Ben Adolph.
All right, got everyone checked. 18 seconds on that time clock.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Caution coming into that elevation. All clear. All right, closer to the 2-minute mark. I got Paul on the top spot. Dan Perry only 1 second behind him. And we got a bit of a gap over to Ben. He's got work to do from the 3 with Jeff only 2 seconds behind him. Ben doing a beautiful job, not pressing the pass, but making it happen on Dan. He's got lots of time to make up on the track. We'll see if he can get away from Dan. Oh no, our number 2 is upside down on top. That's going to let Paul finally stretch it out a little. Dan's still pretty safe on that number 2. I've got Ben currently 9 seconds back with 2 minutes left on the clock. At the 1.5-minute mark, I've got pretty close to 8 seconds between each driver out there. That's Paul, Dan, Ben, Jeff, and Braxton.
One minute left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Adolph done. Ben Adolph done. Dan Perry done. Paul Thacker done. All drivers are finished.
All right, most
Braxton
notable
Yates
there,
done.
Dan will claim the number 2 for both the race and the qualifying. Paul putting on a clinic out there once again.
The race is completed. Jeff Adolph.
Braxton wins the race out to quarter marshal once again. Corey will get you a free practice card. Thanks for hustling out there. Hey, bud. Go, Jerry. All right, we got 2 quarter marshals covering this track. Anyone else available to hop out there? Maybe a new person. Anybody? Any quarter marshals available? Yeah, that'll be good. That's plenty. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, track is open.
Dan Perry.
We're probably good, Ben, if either way. Probably use
Ben
you more
Adolph.
on a different race. Everyone did check, and we've got
15 seconds to the start of the race.
There you go, 15 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry. Ben Adolph. Jeff Adolph.
Oh, that's weird. All right, time to beat would be Dan Perry with a 23.504 out of that last round. We'll see if anybody can steal that from him or if he can improve upon it. 23.504 is the time to beat. We'll have to see if 3 or 4 minis show up just because you guys started it this week. Someone's got to get the snowball rolling. Uh-oh, Ben's not messing around. We got 2 minutes down, 3 to go. Ben's sitting on top of this one and that TQ leaderboard. Lucy putting in work again. So I got Ben on top, Dan Perry in that reflex about 3 seconds behind him. What? What's wrong? Retro, Ben's got open track. Huh. All right, so Ben's sitting at a 23.511. He's got to go 2 seconds quicker in order to steal the top qualifying position from Dan, who's still got a 23.509. All right, Ben brings it to a 23.510. He's within a second. All right, Ben's at 23.511. He's got to bring it down to a 509. 1 minute 15 left on the clock.
One minute left.
Jeff, we got lots of hardware. Just Corey will grab you one right after the race. Is it a 2.5 millimeter? It's going to be underneath the show of cars. All our hardware's. Corey will help you after this race. All right, Dan Perry's TQ pace is looking pretty comfortable.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dan Perry done. All drivers are finished. Ben Adolph done. The race is completed.
Any and all volunteers possible. Definitely need you out there after that small last race. Thank you, Christian. So glad to have you out here. Thank you, Gabe. Anybody else able to quarter marshal? Probably get okay. Okay, track is open.
John Blocker. Ken Perry. Ben Castleberry. Nicole Bruner. Tyler Ridgway.
20 seconds on the time clock.
15 seconds to the start of the race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
John with some strategy on the start, figuring out just where to be, get a good full run in from top to bottom. Castleberry ran away with it last time. We'll see if somebody else can answer the call, give him a run for his money. At the minute-and-a-half mark, Castleberry once again finding his way to the top of the pack. He's got a 6-second gap on the entire field. Nicole Bruner holding down that 2, but it's Ken Perry and Tyler only a second back from there. So Nicole, Ken, and Tyler are battling with less than a second between them. John Blocker's only about 3 seconds back, sitting on the 5. Not even at the halfway mark in the Castleberry Clinic. He's found 12 seconds ahead of the entire pack. Ken Perry holding down the 2 with Tyler 2 seconds behind him. Nicole 2 seconds behind him. John 2 seconds behind him. Minute 40 on the clock. Man, we've got some battles. Ben, of course, checked out at 20 seconds. Everybody else has got mere tenths of a second between them. Tyler, Ken, Nicole, and John. Anybody's race.
One minute left.
Oh, Tyler's starting to look comfortable with that number 2 spot. That would be 2 for this race and 2 for the qualifying board. Nicole and Ken have a good battle going. A second between them. Nicole in 3, Ken and in the 4.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tyler Ridgway done. Ben Castleberry done. John Blocker done. Ken Perry done.
All right, Ben secures that
All
top
drivers are
spot.
finished.
Tyler climbs his way
Nicole
on up
Bruner
that
done.
leaderboard with the number 2. Nicole and Ken. Nicole beat him out and claims the 3.
The race is completed.
Stadium truck making your way out to the line.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Get one last person on quarter marshal spot number 2. Good thing Zach's hanging out. He's putting in the work tonight after work. Thank you, sir. All right, track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr. Dan Perry. Jeff Adolph. Lions. Ben Adolph.
All right, let's throw about 15 seconds on the time clock.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, John. There's no easy way to do that. Looked pretty rough. Just over a minute and a half in. I got Ben on that top spot. Jeff on the 2. Dan only 1 second behind him. Senior just 1 second behind him. All right, maybe we should do oval racing for the rest of the summer. Clear it out. Put a nice big oval. It's looking rough out there. Sorry, guys. At the halfway mark, Ben's still on top. Dan's moved his way up to the 2, claiming the second qualifying position as well. Jeff on the 3, Senior only 1 second back from there. You guys can talk to me after the race, but at this point, I'm inclined to skip the wall for Stadium Truck next week. Looking far too rough out there. All right, amidst the chaos, Dan moves to the top spot. That puts Jeff a second behind him. Senior now in the 3. Ooh, Ben and Seniors swapping it out, so Ben's on the charge.
One minute left.
.30 seconds left on that clock. Ben has charged his way to the top, but actually there's only a half second between each of Ben, Senior, and Dan Perry. And Jeff's about 4 seconds back. That's going to be a hairline fracture.
5.
If not broken.
4,
I heard
3,
it from here.
2. 1. Jeff Adolph done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. Dan Perry done. Ben Adolph done. All drivers are finished. Lions done.
All right, congratulations, Senior. You rose to the top on the occasion on that one and beat everybody. And I'm not sure we got to do something different. That was too much. That was the most chaos I've seen
The
to
race
date.
is completed.
All right, sportsman drivers, you got some serious work to do. Gabe Neeson sitting on that top spot. You're going to have to work together. We do have a lost and found. It's not marked, but it's by the exit door. If you ever lose a little tool or something, every once in a while a gem ends up in there. All right, 4 drivers. We got 4 corners. We go 6. That probably works. 6 and 5, 2 and 4. What do you guys think? Is that enough quarter marshals out there, or should we beg for one more? At least one more? All right. All right, that's looking good. Track is open.
Carl Blocker Sr.,
All right,
Perry,
time to beat
Christian
Gabe
Cook,
Neeson's
Ben
25
Castleberry.
lap 507. All right, let's throw about 10 seconds on that time clock.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just over a minute and a half in, I got Senior on the top spot, but Kesselberry's only 1/10 behind him. Ken Perry about 4 seconds back from there. Christian about 2 seconds back from there. So far, Gabe Neeson's time is holding true at the top of the TQ board.
Gabe, I just went back and checked all the lap times to make sure it was all official, and sure enough, it is. You better take a picture of that one. That thing was dead on, man. Lap after lap consistency. That's pretty good. Three down, two to go. Castleberry rises to the top, but Senior's only a third of a second behind him. Christian on the three, about 4 seconds back from there. Ken Perry's got about 8 seconds work to do to catch those top three.
One minute left.
.45 seconds left on that time clock. Castleberry up by 3 seconds over Senior. Bit of a gap, but now we got Christian and Ken battling it out. There's only a second between those two. Ben for the one, Carl for the two, Ken now on the three, Christian now on the four. Oh, they're switching every single lap. Christian and Ken are battling. See who can claim that third position on this race.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben Castleberry done. Ken Perry done. Carl Blocker Sr. done. All drivers are finished.
Christian brings it through for his last lap, and he will claim that third spot. So Castleberry finished on the top, and Senior is only 2 seconds behind him.
The race is completed.
All right, mains are posted. All right, quarter marshals are going to be our Sportsman A main, and that is only 3 drivers, so someone from the B main will bump into it. But at the moment, I'll be looking for Gabe, Senior, and Aiden, and then we will need some volunteers.
Paul Thacker.
All right, we got some good coverage out there for a heated race.
Braxton
Track is
Yates.
open. 4-wheel
Dan
drive
Hewitt.
buggy, 13.5,
Jeff Adolph.
kicking us off.
Ben Adolph.
All right, Paul says it's time to line up, so we will line them up. Paul on the top spot, Ben Adolph on the 2, Braxton claiming the 3, Jeff for the 4, and Dan starting in the back. It was. Dan's been putting in, he's having a rough one tonight. Thank you all quarter marshals. Drivers, we are going live on that tone. Some bumping and some rubbing, a little bit of switching around, but Paul kept his nose clean and stayed out in the front. That's going to put Ben Adolph on his heels. Dan would be there to, Dan and Jeff right there as well. Caution on that elevation. And then if a car does crash right before the quarter pipe, let's throw them on the top elevation if we can. I know it's difficult with cars flying through. This might be our worst track layout yet for quarter marshals and drivers. Paul's starting to make his way through some traffic already. Ben's doing a good job tagging along with him. So that purple car is in hunt with Paul there. Oh no, Ben takes it 3 tries for the quarter. That's 4 tries for the quarter. It's getting uglier. Let's go up top, reset. He's got it. Thank you, Gabe. I know it's a really difficult spot we put you in. There's no win in that one. We're going to do something different. And just like that, Paul finds 15 seconds. The guy finds his way to the top, no matter the chaos, no matter the track. So we've got Ben on the 2 with Jeff about 7 seconds back from there. Braxton about 5 seconds back from there. Three and a half minutes down, 1 minute 30 on the time clock. Everybody pretty well spread out. Paul Thacker was 16 seconds up over the field. Ben Adolph on the 2, Jeff on the 3, Braxton on the 4. Dan Perry's bringing up the rear on that number 5.
One minute left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paul Thacker done. Dan Perry done. Ben Adolph done. Jeff Adolph done. All drivers are finished. Braxton Yates done.
All right, Paul, Ben, Jeff, 1, 2, 3. Braxton was right there within a second.
The race is completed.
Two-wheel drive sportsman. Find out who's going to get that bump.
We've got corners. Track is open. It's going to be the battle for
Christian
the
Cook,
bump to see who's
Perry,
moving on through to
Lyons,
that A main
Ben
in the final
Castleberry.
race. All right, I'm thinking those tires are probably warm. Let's line them up. Castleberry working from the front spot. Castleberry on the 1, Christian on the 2, Ron on the 3, Ken on the 4. All right, we've got quarter marshals. Find out which one of these guys is going to the A main. Drivers, we are live on the tone. Christian put the pressure on, making it work, moves his way on up to the front, and it's Ron right there in the number 2. Ben moves up to the 2s, trying to get Christian back in sight. One and 2, Christian and Ben coming through onto the stairs. Ron not far back in the 3. Oh no, little turn in too early for Christian. Now Ben's got that top spot. Christian's turn to play offense and catch him. Oh, Ben gets it wrong, but it didn't hurt him too much. Oh, he gets it wrong again. That works, and go. All right, 1 and 2 coming through the finish line. Your leader in orange making his way through. Yo. 1 and 2 back together, coming over the finish line. Uh-oh. Little trouble from a lapper that puts him wheel to wheel over the big jump, and it's Christian who gets the leg up. Christian coming down the stairs with that number 1, Ben right behind him. Ron, you've got 1 and 2 coming right up on you. All right, he yields it out. Christian number 1, Ben on the 2, coming to the stairs, wheel to wheel. Just over 2 minutes left on that time clock. All right,
we've got one heck of a battle of Christian and Ben coming down the stairs again. 1 and 2, so close, working their way past the lappers again. Wheel to wheel, who's it going to be? He's looking inside, looking outside, keeping it tight. Oh, we might have to give that one back. He does. Now Ron's in there to mix it up. Go. Good job. You guys are doing great. That's how battles go. Beautiful job by Castleberry of Yielden. He's trying everything he can to get past him cleanly. Oh, and Ben gets it handed to him on that lap. We've got 1 minute left on the time clock. Let's see if Christian can find him again on the track.
1 minute left.
Ben stretches out about 3 seconds over Christian. Ken is a lap back from there, but he is holding down that third spot.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Last lap, Ben's got to drive it home.
Ken Perry
Christian's
done.
still about 3 seconds behind him. And he gets it
Ken Castleberry
done. Nice work, Castleberry. Get that
Lions
battery
done.
charged and head
All
to
drivers
heat
are finished.
number 7 to
Christian
join
Cook
the
done.
A main.
The race is completed.
All right, we are ready to run two-wheel drive expert, two-wheel drive 17.5 buggy expert. 4 drivers out of that last race, so I think we'll need 1, 2, 3, probably 2 quarter marshals plus those drivers. Nicole rises to the occasion again. Thank you so much. Good racing, you two. That was pretty awesome. All right, senior's going to grab 3 for us, and that rounds
Paul
out our
Becker.
quarter marshals. Track is open.
Ben Adolph. Dan Peary. Braxoon Yates. Jeff Adolph.
Paul going deep on the triple, showing it can be done, hitting it nice and straight. Sometimes you have to hold up. Sometimes you know it's just right. Grab the gas and go, but that 17.5 will put you there. And then some. Lands flat that time. All right, we better line these up, get the show on the road. You know who on that top spot. Dan Perry claiming the 2. Ben Adolph on the 3. Braxton for the 4. Jeff Adolph for the 5.
right, trans brakes are locked. Corner marshals are ready. Drivers, we're going on the tone. Oh no. Chaos on the wall is going to put Ben down a ways. That leaves Paul and Dan 1 and 2. They're still sticking close and pulling away. Caution on that elevation again. Clear. At the 1 minute mark, Paul gets his break and moves on out 7 seconds. With all the chaos, I'm not even sure who's in second now. Time clock says Ben found his way from last up to second. He's got about 7 seconds if he wants to catch Paul. Paul's sitting behind traffic, so he might have a chance. Thank you, Ken, making moves. Ooh, it's a tough track to quarter marshal for sure. Two down, 3 to go. Paul up by 8. Ben holding down the 2. Dan in the 3 with Braxton right on his tail. So there's a battle going on with Jeff a second back. So Dan, Braxton, and Jeff. I think Braxton just snuck around Jeff that one. Oh, but he clips the pipe. So now it's Dan in the 3, Jeff on the 4, Braxton right there on the 5. 3, 4, 5 running through. Little too rough coming through there. Oh no. Dan made a quick run over to the snack bar outside the track. That puts Jeff on the 3 with Dan right on his tail. Woo, pushing moves on the quarter pipe, always rough. Nice catch, Ben. All right, just over a minute and a half left. Paul in a world of his own. Ben looking comfortable on the 2. Jeff now on the 3. Dan about 4 seconds back on the 4. So Dan and Braxton now battling. One minute left. Your race on the track's going to be 4 and 5, Dan and Braxton. Although we've now got some gap between them, so everybody's pretty well spread out. 45 seconds left on that time clock, full running order. Paul, Ben, Jeff, Dan, and Braxton. Oh, Braxton snuck around Dan again. Nice moves, getting him in order, Ben. That was perfect.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paul Thacker done. Dan Perry done. Braxoon Yates done. Jeff Adolph done. All drivers are finished.
That's a wrap.
Ben Adolph
Paul,
done.
Ben, and Jeff 1, 2, and 3 for the expert class.
The race is completed.
Castleberry's getting plenty of drive time this round. He's got race 4 and then race 7. Race 4 short course. You guys are up next. All right, be sure and join us next week for oval racing. I'm going to take that jump out, that jump out, that jump out in this middle section. We're going to start off with some oval racing. We'll just bank the whole thing. Braxton, we're not really going oval yet. I hope it never comes to that, but at some point we might try to incorporate an oval in, but we'll never give up off-road. If we give up off-road, I'm not here to work anymore. Right, we got some pretty good coverage. Could use one more quarter marshal out there on bucket 5. All right. He's going to switch it up. Looks like Ben's coming out to cover that, so that will work. Okay, track is open. Ben will cover 4. We're good. Track is open.
Ken Perry, Tyler Ridgway, Nicole Bruner, John Blocker, Ben Castleberry.
John Blocker making a quick pit stop, so we'll give him a minute. You guys got a little extra time. John Blocker's still working to the pits, so you guys have time. Whether you want to save your batteries or run around, it's entirely up to you. All right, we got John back on course. Looks like these guys are going to grab one more lap, so we'll line them up on her next time around.
All right, Castleberry on the top spot. Tyler claiming the 2. That's a way to enter the class. Nice work. John Blocker on the 3. Nicole for the 4. Ken on the 5. 2. All right, Ben's got them all squared up. Quarter marshals are covered. Drivers, we're going live on the tone. I could always grab the lap if needed. Just holler at me either way. Ooh, quite a bit of chaos in that first minute and a half. We still got 3.5 minutes of racing. Anything is possible. Castleberry once again stretching out that victory. Castleberry up about 8 seconds. John holding down the 2 with Tyler about 3 seconds back from there. Ken only 4 seconds back from there. And Nicole on the 5. All right, we got a battle on the track. It's right there on the stairs with John and Tyler, 2 and 3, coming through the infield. Castleberry checked out with an extra lap. He's got 15 seconds currently over the field. John still holding down that 2 as he comes over the big jump. Tyler's trying not to let him get out of sight in that gray truck. 2 and 3 with Nicole in the middle. Oh no, John's on his... Tyler's on his lid. John stretching out some breathing room. He's sitting in that number 2, looking pretty good. A minute left on the clock. Tyler doing everything he can to get John back in sight. That's 2 and 3.
1 minute left.
Ken's actually sneaking in on the mix too. He's only 2 seconds behind Tyler.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. John Blocker done.
Pretty well spread out. They're just driving them home at this
Ben
point.
Castleberry done.
Ben
Perry
Castleberry
done.
claiming that top
Nicole
spot.
Bruner done.
John claiming the number 2.
All drivers are finished.
Tyler on the
Tyler
3.
Ridgway
Ken
done.
on the 4. Nicole on the 5. Got to tune some traction out of your truck there, John. I saw a few too many traction rolls. Man, if it weren't for some of those, though, ooh, we'll get her there.
The race is completed.
All right, we're running stadium truck for number 5. And then it's going to get weird. We've got Grom and Minis, so we're going to need quarter marshals. And if anyone's left in the building, Sportsman A main is going to want the best for quarter marshals. We are skipping the wall ride. No wall ride, the stadium truck. We've got plenty of coverage. Go ahead and try out your new track.
Jeff Adolph. Ben Adolph. Dan Perry. Carl Blocker Sr.
All right, Ron, no wall ride. No wall ride in this one.
Lions.
And there's one less driver on the track. All right, let's line them up. Ben Adolph to the top. Senior doing work and getting his way to the second spot. Nice show. Jeff's going to be out, so that puts Dan on the 3, Ron on the 4. All right, we got plenty of quarter marshals. Thank you so very much. And then again, after this race, we're going to need quarter marshals, and especially for 7 for that A main sportsman. A bunch of back-to-backs. Okay, quarter marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone. It's a 4-way battle down the stairs. Senior gets bumped out. One, 2, and 3 down the back.
Ben currently leading us around. Ben in the gray and purple leading us around. Dan Perry on the 2, Senior on the 3. Dan Perry's doing a good job of keeping Ben just in sight. We've got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left on that time clock. Oh, man. Ben gets a little bit of a break. Looking at some new lap times out there. I got Ben at 11.4, Dan at 11.5, Senior at 11.6 for a fast lap. Ben, Dan, and Carl 1, 2, and 3. About 4 seconds between each of those guys. And Ron's holding it together out there in that number 4. Leader gets a rollover. Dan might have him back in sight. Could be a little closer. Senior, that is number 2 right behind you. He's chasing down the 1 spot. It was a little bit rough, but he definitely needed to move out. Oh, Dan sticks it to himself again. Ben gets another break. Dan now pulls the fastest lap time with 11.2 to Ben's 11.4 and Senior's 11.6. Minute and a half left on that time clock.
One minute left.
.30 seconds left on the clock. Ben's getting cocky, doing that triple at this point. He's got a good solid 8-second lead built up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lions done. Ben Adolf done.
Senior getting the triple done. I like it, even
Dan
at the end
Fury
of the
done.
race.
All drivers are finished. Carl Blocker Sr. done.
Ben will walk home with a victory on a Wednesday night stadium truck. Nice work. .10.6. Where did that come from? We might need to go back to the cameras for that. Is that even possible?
Oh, yeah, yeah, probably. That was smooth. You were hitting it clean. Right on. All right, we're going to throw some minis out and then sportsmen. Probably just need a few quarter marshals for this one. Like 3 total will be just fine. Save your breath, but we will need help for that final race of the Sportsman A main.
The race is completed. Jeff Adolph.
All right, why don't you guys make about a lap, burn those tires, line them up, and get them rolling.
Ben Adolph.
Let's go ahead and line them up on this time around, unless you really need an extra lap.
Dan Perry.
All right. Next time around, we're definitely lining up. Dan Perry on the top spot. Dan and Ben get to battle again. A little different toys. We're lining them up, Dan. Let's do it. All right, corner marshals ready. Drivers going on the tone. The midair pass by Ben. Dan showing the pressure. He's going to have to keep it clean in a prestigious race such as this. Ah! Jeff Adolph putting on a show for us, trying to get the corners out there with a nice triple to rear bumper. All right, Dan's got work to do. 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Ben on the top spot, and Dan charging hard. Dan Perry, the fast lap at a 12.5 to Ben's 12.8. Ben currently on the top spot as he comes over to the finish line. Ben's Mini B is looking tidy up there. He's getting a little quicker. He's now got a 12.6 lap to Dan's 12.5. At the halfway mark, that gap is remaining pretty consistent between 1 and 2. We're currently right at 5 seconds.
Oh man, before Dan made the mistake on the last lap, he actually put down an 11.8, and Ben got a little quicker to 12.3, but Dan is capable of knocking off a half second in a lap. We have 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock. Ben is up by 7.
One minute left.
That roller is quite unfavorable to the minis. Definitely mixing it up a bit, but I think it's getting everyone equally. Ben's charging in that mini low C purple. Might even get a lap on Dan. 15 seconds left.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Adol done. Dan Perry done.
All right, Ben taking home another
All drivers
victory
are
for the
finished.
evening.
Ben Adol done.
Good job. Thanks for calling out the minis, Dan. All right, we'll need any hands on deck, anybody possible to volunteer quarter marshal. We're going to have a great race of the 17.5 Sportsman A main. We definitely want some good coverage for them. Means there's going to be some intense battles, and I don't want a quarter marshal deciding the race. I want good coverage for this one. Right, thank you, volunteer quarter marshals. All right, we're looking good on quarter marshals. Track is open.
The race is completed. Aiden Lyons. Carl Blocker Sr. Ben Castleberry. Gabe Neeson.
All right, the time has come. Let's line them up. Gabe for the top spot. Senior doing work from the 2. Aiden on the 3. Castleberry joining us for the bump will be on the 4. Locked and loaded, ready for the showdown. Corner marshals ready. I think we got coverage. Oh, okay. Corner marshals ready. Drivers live on the tone.
All right, let's make sure and keep those passes clean. I will be looking for those clean passes. If you clip them for the back for position, I'll probably call you out. Castleberry moves into the 2. He looks like he's going to sail into the 1. Aiden now to that top spot. Gabe finding his way to the 2. Hopefully, we'll see who comes out. He's going to be close. Gabe does grab the 2. Aiden gets some breathing room in that top spot. That black and white is your leader. 2 and 3, 4 coming over the big jump onto the stairs. Thank you, Ben. That's how we play it. Good job. That will give it up for Senior to go to the 2. 2, 3, and 4 running quite tight. Aiden with plenty of breathing room. He's just got to keep it clean. Aiden also has a fast lap out there at 11.4. Senior 11.5. Castleberry 11.6. Gabe at 11.9. It's all about that consistency, though. All right, Gabe works his way back up to second. 2, 3, 4 on the stairs. Gabe Senior and Castleberry. We are at the halfway point. Oh, Gabe's making a run towards the top. He's only got 2.5 seconds to catch that black and white car. Currently, Castleberry is in the middle of 1 and 2. Gabe's putting on a good run. Next up is our leader. Yikes. Your leader over the big jump now. That's Aiden Lyons. Gabe over the big jump now. Oh no, the leader gets taken out. Gabe back to the front. One minute 40 on the clock. Let's see if Aiden can pull it together and come back.
One minute left.
Your battle out there is still for that top spot. Just less than 4 seconds between them. The orange car of Gabe coming across the finish line now. Aiden coming across the finish line now. Other guys are pretty well spread out. "15 seconds left. We're going to get one more lap after this." Gabe now on his last lap.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Couple more corners to get it done. TQ in the win out of Gabe
Gabe Neeson
Neeson.
done.
Nice work.
Carl Blocker Sr. done. Ben Castleberry
Aiden will
done.
bring it in for the number 2.
All drivers are
Good
finished.
job. That was a good
Aiden
drive.
Lyons
Aiden,
done.
senior for the 3. Castleberry on the 4. How are the nerves, Gabe? Getting a little shaky? You kept her all calm? That's pretty awesome.
The race is completed.